What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Salty Texas, doing something unique today. So, if you've watched the channel for any duration of time, all 10 of you, which I appreciate, you will know that I do primarily woodworking on this channel. But today we're going to do something a little bit different. A couple months back, I wanted to get into metalwork, and I bought a plasma cutter and I bought a flux welder. So today I'm going to be using my Forney, I think that's what it's called, 140 flux welder. I've just set it up. I'm going to do a whole separate video on the setup because it didn't come with instructions, and I had to do a lot of YouTube research on how to do it. So I just got some flat bar steel that we're going to weld to this metal plate. I've got a angle grinder, which I'm going to use to cut my flat bar of steel. I don't want to waste the whole thing of steel, so we're just going to do simple welds today. That's all this video is my first time welding. So I really believe in documenting my craftsman journey. I'm not really a craftsman, I'm just a tinkerer in a garage somewhere. So that's what we're doing today, using my flux welder for the first time, angle grinder for the first time. Gonna cut some metal, try not to die, and burn down the garage. So that's what we're doing today on today's channel. So if you just want to see a hilarious video on I have never welded ever in my life. So if you just want to see that, that's what we're doing today, and I hope you like it. So let's get started. In my defense, I have never actually cut metal, and boom, right there you can tell I am a pure novice at this. I was super nervous that the blade was going to come off of the angle grinder when I did this, so I took a lot of precautionary measures. You can see I had a face shield there. I don't know what that was going to do in case that thing flew off of my face. So I got all these sparks coming off this metal, cut the metal the way I wanted it to. That was a victory for me. So here we are with my first initial attempt at welding, and it is a complete disaster from this video. Again, I would like to reiterate that this is purely for documentation purposes. I want to look at this video like 5 years from now and go, oh my god, what the hell was I even trying to do? So this is a flux welder. I watched a couple of YouTube videos on this particular welder and how to weld, and everything that I thought was going to happen happened, minus the dying part. So that was a big victory for me, I would like to reiterate. So making a couple of passes, and the first time, as you can see from when I first turned on the welder, it sparked at me and it freaked me out and I peed myself a little bit. But you can see the splatter on there, and from what I have heard and read, these flux welders typically will have a lot of splatter. And here we're just making a couple of more passes. I'm getting a lot of beading on the welds. It's not welding at all. I'm getting like zero penetration from the weld itself. Basically, this is essentially just a proof of concept video. So I make a couple more passes in the video. This is a very short, sweet, to the point kind of video. That was a better attempt than my first attempt. At least there was some semblance of some kind of weld. I mean, I can't even call that a weld. It's more like I turned the welder on and touched the torch to it, and this happened to it. So see, look, I'm moving it and like, oh shit, it's not gonna hold anything. So had a lot of slag on there, as you can see, and I'm going, okay, maybe I'm doing this wrong, which I am. So feel free to leave a bunch of comments in the bottom of the video. So here we are, attempt number 3 at a weld, and you can see at the bottom what I was doing there. Not going well, not going well. Similar type of presentation. I'm like, if I just cake this on, will this weld? That's essentially what I was hoping was going to happen. So just getting a feel for the torch. I know that my feed rate on my wire is too slow. I know my amperage on the machine was too low, going back in hindsight. But here we are, a little bit closer up of the weld, and so much splatter. All of those beads on there that I know are not supposed to be there. But I mean, it's stuck to the metal, but as you can see here in a bit, it's about to get popped off of the actual slab. And this is just a proof of concept for me. I know my setup is not good, but like I said, this is just a documentation of it. So all that nasty beading, it looks cool when you zoom in, and then boom, it just pops right off. Not the best work. So at this point, I realized I need a lot of work, a lot more practice. So we did 3 simple passes with the welder, and that was the result that we got. And at least the house didn't burn down, I guess. And you can see all the nasty welds. So here I am, super excited because I'd never used an angle grinder before. And I was like, you know what? I got all these cool attachments. So now I'm just cleaning up the metal. And I was like, let's do this. So basically, I'm just doing this to clean up the metal and to shoot sparks around the house or around the garage. So that was the only purpose of doing that. And I had a lot of fun doing it. I mean, it was a cool setup and learning how to do it. And I just hope in the future that I'm, better able to use the welder and things. And as I get better, I'll make more videos, but this was just to document, hey, I tried it and didn't die. Okay, so simple video today, and I know that wasn't a lot of material, but this is more for a documentation purpose of this video. So obviously, all I wanted to do was take everything out of the box, play with the toys, and not die. Sometimes when you use equipment that you've never used before, instead of using it what it was meant to be used for and accomplishing a certain task as far as creating something, to me it's more important not to die. So I turned on the welder, I got everything set up, figured it out, kinda sorta, and didn't die. Used the angle grinder, cut some metal, didn't die. Overall, we didn't die, which is a good part of it. So I'm gonna do a whole video on the setup of this welder because I had to find so much information online and I couldn't find it. I got it in bits and pieces, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be practicing a lot more with the welder, trying to figure out how to weld. So instead of boring you with pass over pass over pass of just failed attempts, this was just, hey, simple concept video. The shop, the garage and everything is cleaned up, and I'm not gonna show you all that, but that's all this purpose is, it's just documenting. So I know how to turn it on, I know how to set it up, I just don't know how to use it yet. So we didn't die. So that was the best part of it. So I hope you like these videos, just documenting kind of like how when I got into woodworking, same concept, except this is for metalwork. So hope you like it, hope you come along for the journey, give the video a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, button's right there. See you guys in the next project. Hope you guys are having a good day. Bye.